Without a doubt, Cynthia is one of Pokemon's most beloved characters, for a number of reasons, so let's zero in on exactly why fans love her so much. Here we go. Hey everyone, it's Charles. How are you today? With the recent release of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, we've had a chance to get reacquainted with one of the Pokemon world's biggest movers and shakers, none other than Sinnoh champion Cynthia. In the games, she's helped players out and given them some of the best fights the series has had to offer as the OG female champ and a recurring character and hidden boss in later games. And in the anime, she's made things happen not just in Diamond and Pearl, but also in the Black and White saga as well as Pokemon Journeys, with more episode appearances than any other champion since her debut way back on July 12th, 2007. There are many elements contributing to Cynthia's popularity, but today I have boiled everything down into 3 defining factors. And you must be gar-chomping at the bit to find out what those 3 factors are, so kindly give that like button a bonk for the YouTube algorithm, and let's jump right in. Over the years, there have been plenty of Pokemon characters designed with one purpose in mind: to activate the monkey brains. But none of them have retained their popularity the way that Cynthia has, and thus there is more going on than just stunning looks here. But the sheer volume of Cynthia-centered fan art and rampant simping make the obvious aesthetic factor worth unpacking. So why exactly are monkey brains activating across the world? Firstly, as indicated by a multitude of studies conducted in the social sciences, men tend to have a strong preference for tall, slim women with long, slender arms across cultures, with one study utilizing eye tracking technology suggesting that apart from the things we cannot talk about without attracting the YouTube Gestapo because we live in a clown world, the waist is the other point that the monkey brain zeroes in on in these assessments. And as you may have noticed, Cynthia is most definitely tall, slim, and has arms for days, with her iconic black outfit accentuating both her hourglass figure as well as those lanky grabbers, and her high heels further enhancing the length of her legs as they taper into a one-piece waist. Secondly, while I don't think the fact that her model bod is contributing to her popularity is particularly surprising, I would say that Cynthia's body composition really does pop out in the context of the Pokemon universe, wherein the majority of significant female characters are considerably shorter and less sylph-like. Her unique appeal is further distinguished by quote-unquote mature facial proportions and mannerisms in a world defined by childishness, and we cannot forget that dignified posture brimming over with confidence. And accordingly, in addition to her idealized build and mature imaginary physical characteristics, there are various intangible aspects at play in the way she carries herself and her personality that really do enhance the attractiveness of her character. That is to say that while Cynthia is physically hot, she is also as cool as a cloister, personality-wise, and it is on account of her lofty intellect and measured approach to life that she moves past mere good looks and into the realm of badassery and long-lasting character appeal. Whether she is calmly destroying people on or off the pitch,
what say we forget the tournament and grab some lunch?
I think you'll be dining alone as usual.
or tickling our hearts with a classy but imposing piano theme, Cynthia is wrapped in an aura of respectability that's a whole lot bigger than the hotness alone. Not to mention that she is extremely knowledgeable, curious, and kind. Or that she is a lore queen who carries out her research with passion, effectively tackles whatever challenges come her way, gets serious about ice cream, and does it all with a sense of romantic optimism. Indeed, Cynthia's personality and experience exude maturity, and when it comes to experience, we cannot overlook her battle prowess. Speaking with regard to both the anime and the games, Cynthia is ridiculously strong. In the Diamond and Pearl games, her lead Pokemon had virtually no weaknesses, narrowing players into what was at best a tricky neutral matchup straight out of the gates. And unless players had leveled their squads to the stars, her hard-hitting ace and well-balanced roster had answers to just about everything. And it was certainly tough to keep your Spiritombs up when you were getting clapped by such a matronly waifu. And she is every bit as powerful in the anime lore, demolishing big-name trainers like Lucian, Aaron, and Flint. And although she drew with Caitlyn of the Elite Four in their exhibition match over in Lacunosa Town, it was only because the match hit the 10-minute time limit. Admittedly, there are other super-powered trainers out there, and depending on how the World Coronation series of Pokemon Journeys is written, characters like Leon or even 35-year-old who thinks he's 10 Ash Ketchum may challenge Cynthia's dominance. So while her power level is frequently cited as the pillar of her popularity, I do think it is only in combination with the other factors described in this video that she has sustained the levels of admiration that she has over the years. And because time and time again she has utilized her power to take the reins as a heroic mentor in some of the anime's most memorable story beats. More than just a distant role model, Cynthia has gotten directly involved in Ash and friends' adventures and propped them up through a number of conflicts. For instance, when she and Garchomp rescued everyone in the conflict with Team Galactic, when they lent their strength in the quest to save Unova from Robin Williams and his boys, or in Pokemon Journeys when they stepped in to crush a host of enemies beyond Go and Ash's reach. Team Cynthia has always been portrayed as an unbeatable force, and yet she always makes a point of giving the next generation a chance to show their stuff, to grow up, and to power up. Not unlike other heroic mentors whose popularity has withstood the test of time. This makes her far more wholesome than other, more distant champion-level figures in the anime, sorry to the other tall lady, and beyond giving the young heroes breathing room to test their mettle before stepping in when the Slurpuffs hit the fan, she also takes the time to directly motivate and mentor the younger trainers. And one of these mentor moments was in episode 40 of the Diamond and Pearl anime, wherein Paul challenged Cynthia to a full battle and she responded in kind by absolutely decimating him and following up with some pro tips. The experience got Paul all fired up, and it also revealed to Ash how enormous the power gap between him and Cynthia really was, giving him a target to shoot for. He reasserted his commitment to reaching that target following his loss to Maximilian Pegasus in the Sinnoh League, where after he declared that he was going to continue training hard to secure the right to face Cynthia in the Champions League. In this sense, Cynthia reminds me of a heroic mentor along the lines of All Might, who seems infinitely more powerful than anyone else, but whom everyone else is doing everything they can to catch up to and pushing their own limits as a result. And beyond inspiring go-getters like Ash, interesting Paul, and boring Paul, Cynthia is one of the figures who pushed Ash down the path to the Unova Championship. When, in advance of her exhibition match with Caitlyn of the Unova Elite Four, she accepted a battle request from Iris, who apparently had a big crush on her, as everyone apparently does, and was very eager to learn from her. And although Iris's Axew was handily beaten by Cynthia's Garchomp, it did learn Giga Impact during the battle, and both Iris and Axew benefited from coaching moments with the best role models around. Cynthia helped Iris out again during the Junior Cup itself by encouraging Iris's Dragonite to relax and work together with Iris, and following up on Iris's loss to Ash's Sunglasses Crocodile, she pointed out the lack of trust in their relationship and encouraged them that if they kept at it, they would eventually warm up to each other and become the best of partners. And as we know, Iris finally did win Dragonite's trust, and the two later went all the way to the Unova Championship. That is all to say that Cynthia has exerted quite a bit of influence over the anime's cast, and her close involvement in various adventures across multiple segments of the anime has kept her relevant in the eyes of fans, whereas other champions have more or less faded out of the Anime-Poke zeitgeist. Both hot and cool, with a multifaceted, graceful, and intriguing personality, battling chops that position her in the upper echelon of competitive play, and ongoing relevance as a heroic mentor who lifts up other characters in the anime, and looks like a total badass while she's at it. Considering how these factors work in tandem to make Cynthia such an appealing character, it is little wonder that fans love her so much. And I do hope that we will see her continue to contribute to both the anime and the games, so we can add more juicy nuggets to this discussion down the line. But how about you? Are you a big fan of Cynthia? And if so, why? I'm curious what you think, and as always, let's chat.